And one thing to look at is through the process of data center consolidation. We've been looking at this for years. This is something that started a long time ago. But through that process, there was a fundamental shift in the way that data moved, and we call that the new IP. But what it essentially refers to is the fact that the sources of the information are now mobile. They're wearable technology, all the social media pieces, and they apply differently to the different agencies. But that's a paradigm shift in the way and the amount of data that's flowing through the environment. It's no longer the stuff that you had in the 70s and the 80s. It all came from one spot and it landed over here. Now what you're seeing is the proliferation of data can be coming from anywhere in the world in any way, shape, or form. And when you pull that together, the way that you have to design and think about not just the network, but the rest of the IT infrastructure changes. And that's really what that new IP is about. So what we do is we take a look at it and say, okay, now how do we address this new shift, this new culture shift in the industry? So virtualization, that's pretty much the norm. When you start talking about server virtualization, if you don't do it, you're old school, right? From the network side, it's a little bit different. It's something that is a little bit new to us. And we're at the point now where we're starting to take network functions, the old hardware boxes that you would put on a cart, you'd roll in somewhere, and we're virtualizing those functions, and that allows us to have that agility when you start talking about cloud and moving things around. I can fire off these network services in a virtual environment very, very quickly, and that allows me to be able to scale those as well. From the cloud computing side, that's just a business model change for us. It's the ability to move the resources around to where the business needs those. And when you start talking about, like Andrew mentioned, the security side of that, we have pieces that we can put in there to help that movement and make sure that it's secure. You don't want to lose stuff in flight to somebody else, right? Those are two real big things for us. From the managed services side, it's really about providing people like the systems integrators that work with these different agencies the ability to take the information, to take the products and get them into their systems, get them checked and procured in such a way that they're readily available at short notice to provide services to the agencies. So when you roll all that together, that gives us this approach to this new IP, which is something different that you need for the different way that data is moving.
Absolutely.